he allegedly plundered an estimated 348 million rand from trust funds. Money that was meant to help suffering children and their desperate families. His name, Zuko Nonxuba. In April 2023, we met 𝗀𝗶𝗴𝗶𝗶, a young boy living with cerebral palsy as a result of birth injuries at a state hospital. His mother was struggling financially and 𝗀𝗶𝗴 was clearly suffering.
Akho lula umntana ngifuna aye esikolweni. Umntana ngifuna bene wheelchair.
But 𝗀𝗶𝗴's life was supposed to be so much better. Thanks to attorney Zuko Nonxuba, a successful medical negligence claim was brought against the Department of Health. 𝗀𝗶𝗴's mother, Millicent, should have received a 15 million rand payout, but she only got a fraction of that.
So wanika ke ngoku le 50,000.
But 𝗀𝗶𝗴 is not the only victim. For years, Nonxuba was allegedly making a very lucrative career out of medical malpractice litigation on behalf of vulnerable clients.
The allegation stipulates that Mr. Nonxuba received these monies on behalf of the children and misappropriated them. When he was called to account for these monies, he could not.
Cameron Hatchett is part of a team of legal heavyweights that stepped up to help 𝗀𝗶𝗴 and Nonxuba's other victims.
These are the most vulnerable members of society, and it truly is a heartbreaking story that they have been taken advantage of in this way.
Complaints about Nonxuba's practices go back as far as 2013, and yet the Legal Practice Council, the statutory body that oversees all legal practitioners, took years to investigate and take action, an allegation they disputed when interviewed by us last year. Nonxuba was finally suspended in August 2023, and the LPC now manages the former attorney's trust accounts.
Legal Practice Council currently holds a vast amount of money on behalf of these children, and unfortunately the money was frozen.
At the end of January, the legal team had their first significant success after approaching the Gauteng High Court to help the children get the money that is rightfully theirs.
So what this court order has done is set a plan in place to make sure that the victims can be identified. However, we'll be ecstatic when the money actually arrives and these children get the care and the assistance that they so desperately need.